Ladies and sinners, welcome to another Tuesday evening edition of the Sin City Sports Show presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm your host, Kayle Henderson. We're back at it again, folks. Tuesday evening, a nice Tuesday evening to talk about Vegas sports. And there's some stuff to talk about because the Las Vegas Golden Knights, they've killed it this season. Absolutely killed it this season. We've been covering them all year long. They're definitely Stanley Cup playoff contenders, if you will. I mean, we're looking at an incredible possibility to see 2 and 3 years with the way Jack Eichel and the boys are playing. And it's a different squad, too. That's what's incredible. The Raiders' offseason grades, folks are weighing in, and it seems as though the Raiders' offseason is looking actually really, really good. There's a lot of folks that are very high on the offseason. That includes the hiring of the coach, the GM, Tom Brady's involvement, and most importantly, the acquisitions, right? The releases, the acquisitions. The Raiders right now are getting pretty damn good grades from, portions of the media that are normally not very friendly to the Raiders. They just don't like them. The Raiders have always been a target, been an easy target for the last 20 years, to be exact. And it's just really nice to see some good reviews. We'll go over those tonight. And then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts, my grading on what we've seen from the Raiders thus far this offseason. This is the Sin City Sports Show presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm your host, Kayle Henderson. You guys can get at us on our Twitter forums at SinCity_IESR, at Kayle_Henderson. We talk all things Vegas sports. I know you guys see it right here and right now. It's gold. We're touting our Vegas gold as of right now until we change to the Raiders. I just love the Vegas gold colors. I do. I'm set up. I'm prepared, as Larry B would love to see. My banners, I got preset colors so I can make sure I'm changing these banners when it's time to change these banners. That way he doesn't have to come in and babysit me from time to time. Just letting you guys know I came prepared today. I'm your host, Kayle Henderson. Again, you guys can get at me at SinCity_ISR, at Kayle_Henderson. We talk all things Vegas sports. We're going to go to a quick break, guys. Play a word from our sponsors. When we get back, we're going to dive right into 1, updates, life updates, and 2, Vegas Golden Knights here on the Sin City Sports Show presented by IE Sports Radio.
Hi, eSports Radio fans. This show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clinking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back, ladies and centers. Welcome back to another Tuesday evening edition of the Sin City Sports Show presented by Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. I'm your host, Kayle Henderson. We're back at it again, folks. I've been the host here for about a couple of years now, covering everything Vegas sports, what I believe to be the fastest growing sports market in America right now. Killing it. It's absolutely killing it, and we're going to see it expand with Major League Baseball on the horizon. Wouldn't surprise me if the NBA tries to make a move here. It all started with the NHL, the Golden Knights, and then the Raiders. Of course, the NFL, a license to print money. What a great spot there. I mean, they're making the NFL a ton of hay. The Raiders are making a ton of money. I mean, Vegas is just popping, guys. Then you got the UFC, boxing, everything along those lines. I mean, it's just a regular entertainment. It's the entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas is, and it's killing it, man. From the sports venture, the high school teams are always a top-rated team, right? Always. Bishop Gorman's one of the top-rated teams every single year in the nation, as far as high school is concerned. They churn out Division I talent. Just everything in Vegas is on the upside. Everything. It's phenomenal. Quick shout out to our sponsors. Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky, jerky that's on a whole other planet. Order here at planetjerky.net, Instagram at Planet Jerky. If you guys order a bag, take a picture, post it on Instagram, tag IE Sports Radio, tag Planet Jerky, you get a free bag. So joke, and you can mix match flavors. Get the flavor you want ahead of time. Do the post again. Tag Planet Jerky, tag at IE Sports Radio. You're going to get a free bag. They'll reach out, give you a free bag. That promo is still going on. It's one of those partnerships, one of those promos, one of those sponsorship deals that we have here at IE Sports Radio. Jerky is a lot of fun. I've been eating a ton of it on this carnivore diet, guys. Jerky and string cheese. It's like they're like main food groups. It's been crazy. It's phenomenal. With that being said, huge shout out to our new partner, Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits, but also promotes and donates mental health research. Use code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health awareness. I think this is huge, guys. Gym culture is just at an all-time toxic low. I think there's a lot of folks out there like the Joey Swolls of the world and a bunch of people, bunch of YouTubers, content creators that are really trying to make it a positive place for people to grow because everyone deserves the right to better themselves, right? That's just kind of the whole, it's part of our Constitution, for God's sakes. But gym culture is at an all-time low, and we need more people to really support that. Mental health of the gym, it's just so hard. A lot of folks have a hard time making it to the gym. They're very self-conscious. They're worried that people are watching them all the time. It might not be the case. It could be the case. Regardless, I think it's just really important we encourage people. I love that we've partnered with Vital Apparel. I think that's awesome. Promote mental health. Use code IESR at checkout to get 15% off your Vital Apparel, your gym apparel. I'm actually going to go look at that right following the show. Knowing Larry B, he aligned this. It means something to him. That's why it's here. It's a big deal to me. Seal the Deal Wax Seals. You guys can go to Instagram at seal the deal _wax seals. Order at iesportsradio.com/seal the deal wax seals. Cecilia V is an entrepreneur. She develops wax seals for all kinds of entertainment value, whether it's invitations, primarily invitations, letters, baby showers, wedding invitations. Get a hold of her. Get a hold of her. Her Instagram looks great. Her wax seals look great. Give that entrepreneur some love. Go buy from an entrepreneur, someone who's trying to do a small business. That is huge in today's society. Let us Americans support small business. And you guys, if you missed the show, it's not a big deal. Why? We're on every major platform known to man. You can go to iSports Radio. It's available on Apple Podcasts, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. Amazon Music, Audible, Castbox, Deezer. This is something that we have access to almost everywhere. If you guys missed the show, no big deal. There's podcasts everywhere. Just go follow, especially Sin City Sports Show. Follow helps our algorithms. Follow us on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube at iesportsradio.com or at iesportsradio. Support the show. Support my teammates. They kick ass. They take names. Another shout out to our newest sponsor, Raw Nutrition Supplements. Get rawnutrition.com. Use promo code IESR at 10% off. I had a chance to take a look at that website, folks. Really, there's great items on there, especially the whey protein. And for me, being somebody who always struggles with weight this time of year, and I'm trying to get rid of, excess poundage, my big thing is making sure that I'm keeping my carbs low. Some folks are great with it. Some folks' metabolism is great. Like carbs are fine for them. For me, no. I just blow up. I retain water. I bloat. Carbs are just bad for me. So when I go off carbs, I feel much better. I don't have as much inflammation. It's just the processed stuff, man. Everything they put in our food. Regardless, I was looking at getrawnutrition.com. I noticed that there are quite a few low carb options, like less than 1 gram of protein type options in their item box. Take a look at it, folks, especially if you're trying to go on a cut before summer. Could be worth your time. Go to getrawnutrition.com. Use promo code IESR for 10% off. Shout out to the folks in the chat right now. Larry B, Raiders, gotta love it, man. Taryn Rodriguez, good evening. As always, Taryn being the best teammate there is. Said, let's go, Kayle. Welcome back. I still question the Raiders extending Geno Smith, but it is what it is. 100%, man. We'll talk about that. That'll be part of my grades. I'm definitely much harsher on that grade than most people. I fully admit that. I think Geno Smith is a middle tier quarterback, if worse, right? He's a fringe 20th quarterback in the league. The guy had 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions last year, and I understand that the blocking was abysmal, but his QBR rating was also one of the worst in the league. And, people are really celebrating his 4,000 passing yards. That's great, but your team sucked. It wasn't good. You didn't make the playoffs. I don't know. I just don't like that. I don't really like that. You didn't make a push, I would say. And I think in today's NFL, if you want to be a true contender, you need a top guy. You just need a top guy. So I'm with you, Taryn. I don't necessarily agree with extending Geno. we'll get into more detail on that. I will say it's a favorable contract for the Raiders. It's only 2 years. And it kind of keeps his average around 33 to 35, which puts him at, as one of the lowest paid quarterbacks as far as starting quarterbacks are concerned when you look at it, unless you're on your rookie deal. It's a very favorable contract for the Raiders. The Pro Volleyball Federation semifinals and finals will be played at Lee's Forum in Las Vegas. So Vegas is starting to become big on volleyball. Too bad the Vegas Thrill aren't on the board of the W train. Yeah, I mean, they were really good a couple years ago. Terrible recently. Yeah, man, like Vegas sports in general is just taking off. It's absolutely huge. I think you'd have a hard time finding people that wouldn't say Vegas isn't a very attractive place for people to watch sports right now. And I'll say this: the only thing that sucks about Vegas sports is the travel. It's not as cheap as it used to be. It used to be the cheapest ticket out there, man. Like I could go to Grand Island and get a ticket to Vegas for $69 one way. That was dirt cheap. It's not that way anymore. So they got to figure something out there. I'm sure everything's inflated due to, costs and the economy changing, things like that. But yeah, to me, for your money's worth, sports in Vegas right now, especially this time of year where it's not super hot. Like it's starting to warm up, but it's not bad. This would be the time to do it. That Pro Volleyball Federation would be awesome. I'm sure that's hosted in T-Mobile Arena, other various arenas around Las Vegas. So it's going to have plenty of, and it's not too far away from the Strip. That's why the Golden Knights really wanted T-Mobile Arena. It's not that far from the Strip. It's going to infuse money. If you're on the Strip, you could win some tickets, go to the game, enjoy yourself, have a few beers. I don't know. I just think sports in Vegas is absolutely killing it right now, and this is the way to do it. The absolute way to do that. I love it. We're gonna do a quick break, guys. This has been the intro. Actually, let's do a quick life update. So, little man's almost 4 months. He's chunking out, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, a lot of people say it. A lot of people talk up their kids. I'm just telling you right now, at 4 months, not even 4 months, we're looking at probably about 20 pounds. So he's a big baby. He's a thick baby. He's gotten thick real quick. Mama's putting out some really whipped cream like milk or something. Because dude's all of a sudden, he's got some poundage. He got thick, 2 C's. He's doing well. He's happy. He's healthy. Mama's doing really well. She's a kick-ass mom. So we're killing it there. My job is going really well. I've had to make some changes just to kind of, really get ahead and grow. And that's starting to go really well. Football's preseason's kicking off and underway. Training. That's awesome. So a lot going on. There could be a move here in the future. Not sure. We're flirting with the ideas. So it could be something. We'll still have the show going. There might be a couple weeks at a time where I just can't get on because we're handling stuff, handling family business. That's just going to kind of be me. I'm going to do everything I can to be as consistent as possible because I do love, talking Vegas sports, especially talking my Raiders. I feel like I'm one of the few realistic opinions out there. And here's another thing I don't like, and I'm going to say this as proudly as I can. There are some content creators that really think they're it. They really think that they're the shit. And they'll go on Twitter and say, be original, do your own content, figure this thing out, don't regurgitate. You know what? I'm going to tell you guys right now, I look at sources. That's a big thing. It's something I've always been huge on. Look up sources, verify that this is legit, and then give your opinion on it. That's all I'm ever going to do. I'm going to give you an honest, real life, blue collar person, type mentality, opinion, and feedback on what I think is happening with the Raiders or anything Vegas sports related. It doesn't mean I'm not original. It just means I'm not going to go out of my way to go to Vegas all the time and pretend like I have sources when I don't, and say that there's going to be a massive trade when there wasn't. And if you're considering Geno Smith as that trade, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't think that's massive at all. I think the Seahawks fleeced us with a 3rd-round pick, to be honest with you. Regardless, you're going to get nothing but original shit from me. I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I'm probably going to be wrong sometimes, quite a few times. But when I'm right, which is been quite often on this show, when you guys have listened to my Raiders takes, when you guys have listened to the Golden Knights, when you guys have heard me talk about the Las Vegas Lady Aces and how badass they've been. I mean, I called that two-peat before the one-peat even happened. If you guys remember correctly, if you've been around here that long, you know it. So I just read the tea leaves, man. I just look at the business. If the business is booming, if it's great, I think that leagues are going to do everything they can to promote those teams. I just read the tea leaves, and I just give you my opinions, and that's all I can do. And honestly, they're unbridled. Sometimes they could be full of shit, but I promise you, more often than not, it's going to come from a genuine place, and it's what I truly think needs to happen or should happen or I believe happened. It's nothing personal against anybody. It's just my personal takes. Their opinions are my own, and I represent IE Sports Radio at the end of the day. I represent Larry B, who trusts me with this show. So just know that I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass. I'm not going to do anything for clicks. You guys are either going to like this show or don't. You're going to like my opinion or don't. And that's the other thing. You guys are welcome to go to my forums at SinCity_ISR, at Kayle_Henderson, and argue with me or agree with me or start a conversation. I invite it. No one who's ever reached out to me has ever had a bad experience. Maybe one. That guy was a dickhead. Just came out trying to do personal attacks. That I don't deal with because I'm not going to do that to you. But if you reach out and you want to talk about anything Vegas sports related or even life, man, there's a lot. When we talk about mental health awareness, there's a lot of people that just want to be heard. They just want their story told. And why not tell somebody? I mean, I'm not going to tell you the things people have sent me. They've been very touching things sometimes, but sometimes it's okay just to vent. I'm that person. I can't tell you how many things people tell me that it doesn't matter if it's two best friends that are in a quarrel and don't want to. I don't even tell them. I will talk to them on the same day, have interactions with them the same day. They don't know fucking shit. That's just the kind of person I am. If you are going to confide in me, I'm going to respect you. Unless it's something that's very, very harmful or self-harm, I have to report it because I care about you. It's not because I want to betray you. It's just a decency thing. So just know we're about it here, man. You're going to get nothing but genuine takes from me. Genuine takes from my family and my life. Every once in a while, I may not be able to be on as consistently as I want to be, but just know I love this show, and I'm going to do everything I can to represent Larry B and IE Sports Radio and Taryn and all of my teammates the best I possibly can. Brian said, people suck, man. Welcome back. I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it. And I'm not really complaining about, I just don't like those content creators that are trying to alienate other people. I just don't like that. Don't come out and invalidate someone's opinion. It could be absolutely asinine and stupid. I've read some of the weirdest shit on X, but I don't just go out there and say you're a dumb mother effer. Get your own opinions. Go out and touch grass, whatever, man. I don't tell people to wipe them feet beginning of my videos. I don't know, dude. It's just be real, man. Just be cool. Instead of doing that, why don't you say, hey, why don't you reach out, DM them, say, hey, I see a lot of positives in your show. This is what I would do. Keep grinding, man. Keep grinding. This is what I would do to get better. Do that. If you're somebody who's really made it in content creation and you have something to give other people, no different than another coach, just send them a nice message. If there's shit you don't agree with, then be like, hey, professionally and without disrespect, I didn't like what you said here. I think it was disrespectful. You probably shouldn't be saying those types of things. And whatever happens, happens. A defensive person is probably going to be a total defensive dipshit. But if someone came to me and said, hey, the words you said here, I don't really appreciate them, I'd either give you my view on why I said them, or I'm a man, dude. Part of being a man is just being accountable. I make all kinds of mistakes. I'm the furthest thing from perfect. So if I say something that offends somebody, reach out to me. Don't try and cancel me. Just reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. If I do it way too often, then yeah, cancel me. At that point, I deserve it, right? But I think anybody watching, we've gotten up to over 500 viewers before. Not once have I ever had a complaint about the things I said because they're genuine and they come from a good place. And I think people realize that. It's part of the reason why I'm so damn good at sales. I know it sounds crazy to say out loud. I'm weird flex, but I've always been able to look at somebody in the eye and say, hey, I completely understand. This probably feels like it's a lot of money, but these are the frustrations you have. this solution is going to fix these particular frustrations. Maybe now is not a good time, but let's set up a plan. What if I reach out to you in 7 days? I will personally come here and pick up the check. I will personally come here and walk you through everything once again. When your project starts, I will be here. I will be here to answer your questions and deliberate with the foreman on what would be best to solve your issue. Because if you're going to pay for the money, we're going to get you the service. That's the type of salesperson I am, and it's helped me be very successful in any sales role I've ever been. I'm like that in life. Just going to be straightforward, honest with you. Sometimes it's going to be straight militarized. It's going to be terrible in your eyes, but just know it comes from a good place and I care. It's just no nonsense. I wasn't perfect. I don't expect you to be perfect, but there's a lot of things I learned from, and it's going to help me help people get better than I was. That's why I'm a coach as well. So that's just real life, man. Life update. I had to kind of vent real quick. I just don't like all the vitriol that you see on social media sometimes. People are going to be people. Respect their opinions, interact with them. You know, I'm not saying anybody point anything out on one of my shows. If one of those content creators reached out to me and said, hey man, I don't quite agree with what you said on your show. Do you mind coming on my show and we could talk about it? Absolutely. As long as I feel like it's going to be a professional exchange, 100%, I'd love to do that. If there are any content creators out of the 36 people, out of the 500 people a few shows ago that were watching that want to sit down and talk, send me an invite, dude. It's going to be cordial. It's going to be professional, just like this. Absolutely. If it's going to talk Raiders, we may not agree. I thought Derek Carr was an underappreciated guy. Was he everything? Was he elite? Probably not. I think he was borderline elite. I don't think he really had the tools. Someone may totally disagree with me and say I'm a glazer or whatever the kids say these days. I'm just going to be real with you. I think the Raiders, it wasn't just Derek Carr. I think the Raiders have just been inept for 20 years. It didn't matter who was going to play quarterback. They were going to struggle. So we can have those kinds of conversations, or we can talk about this offseason and how well I think the Raiders have done with the exception of Geno Smith. Like it's a good Band-Aid. I just don't know if it's the overall solution. So those are just the type of things I wanted to talk about, kind of get off my chest. If you folks ever want to reach out and talk, please do. If it's about your life or what's going on, if you need someone to talk to, someone you can trust, feel free to reach out. No joke. We're going to go to a quick break here. I'm going to play a few drops from my teammates. Then we're going to come right back in, talk about these Las Vegas Golden Knights and how well they are doing this year and how much ass they seem to be kicking in this year's NHL here on the Sin City Sports Show, presented by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey sports fans, are you in the market for Florida sports or just keeping up with the latest in the Panhandle? Palm Tree Sports is a dedicated audio hub to all things sports in the Sunshine State. We cover current events, big news, heavily favored opinions all across the NFL, NBA, MLB, and so much more. So come check us out every Saturday evening at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a down south education on Florida sports and athletics. It's hosted by yours truly, Corey Pujols, and is powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Welcome back, folks, from the break. Quick break to show off a couple teammates there, especially Adam Carding, man. What a badass. Chi-Town Weekly, the Neutral Zone. I used to cover the Neutral Zone guys for a few years, by the way. Lots of fun. Larry B says, ready to start talking about those athletics? Yeah, I mean, we're probably getting to that point. Not much to talk about right now. I wish they'd kind of, have more of a detailed plan on what's going on with the stadium. It's been mum's the word since they were approved. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I can't wait to start talking about the athletics, I guess. You know what? I'm gonna be real. I think baseball. I just have a beef with baseball. Larry, you started this shit, so you better be in this chat. I think baseball is absolutely one of the most crooked sports out there right now. I think the things that they do to our youth kids is absolutely fucking criminal. And I'm sorry to say that, but these kids have no rest. It's league, it's off-season ball, it's Legion ball in the summer. Dude, these kids don't have a life. It's ridiculous. It's just a way to keep money going. It's a way to promote one sport athletes, and I absolutely hate it. Call me old bags or boomer or whatever. I just hate that crap. I can't stand it. I cannot stand that's the case. I can't stand that there are parents out there that are so either yuppie or uninformed that they have their kid in one sport all year long. And when these kids throw out their fucking arms, they're wondering, hey, I wonder why my kid did that. He was so healthy. Yeah, maybe because he never got any rest. He never properly trained, strength trained, nothing like that. You started this, Larry. I have a problem with baseball. I think it's crooked as hell, dude. Especially some of the stuff that they put out there. I'm a big proponent of rest your kids, dude. Like, if your kid wakes up, goes to school, does a physical activity outside of school, right? Like whether it's sports or whatever it is, get some weight training in, let them go home and give them a few hours to cool down, get the proper nutrition in, ask them about their day, let them do their thing and then get them to bed and let them rest. Don't have your kid go out to school for 8 hours, play a sport, and then go to training after that. That is BS. Let your kids rest, man. And I get it. I'm not telling anybody, how to parent their kid. I'm just saying, be smart, common sense, reach out to a consultant. Like I have a nutritionist that's a really good friend, runs a very successful business here in Lincoln, Nebraska. He would absolutely 100% agree with what I'm saying right now. And the fact that kids are not multi-sport athletes anymore, like it's hard to find them. It's hard to find kids that play 3 sports in a year. It's very depressing, dude. Some of your best athletes you've ever seen have played 3 sports. Whether it's football, wrestling, track, I tell all of our football players, if you want to be elite football players, you need to be great wrestlers. 100%, because they translate. I'm just saying. I don't know. Brian says, I'll be at WrestleMania at Excalibur, especially right near where they're going to build the new ballpark. Dude, I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be really cool. I hope that ballpark is everything they say it is, because if they don't do it right, Vegas is going to be hot. I mean, dude, like they talk about how the Raiders Stadium, even on like desert, dry ass, hot days, even the Raiders Stadium, that sunlight coming through the top of that dome is beaming. People are legit getting sunburns and getting heat stroke in the stadium and crap while it's climate controlled. Like, I don't know, man. Baseball could be one of those things. It's not like they work hard in baseball. Like we see that. Those guys barely break a sweat because they're lazy. And they don't have really any real contact. We'll say this, technically, it's probably one of the toughest sports ever. Ever. Like my best friend would say he's full of shit. My best friend would say baseball is the most technical sport there is. I don't agree with that. I don't. Boxing is more technical than that. Golf, I don't know. Golf's easy. It's like baseball. It's easy. Strenuous, no, not strenuous at all. It is hard though. You have to do the same technical things every time. Baseball is crazy like that too. You have to be able to lock your elbow in, crank your wrists, keep your eye on the ball. Like everything's got to be one fluid deal every single time if you want to be done right. Pitching is crazy. So baseball, I give them credit, man. It's technically it's hard, but I don't know. I just don't have a lot of respect for baseball. So I'm going to cover it. I'm going to cover it because I don't want you to fire me, Larry, but I'm not going to be happy about it. Also, the Athletics are just one of those teams that, I don't know, man. I miss the old Billy Bean days. The Moneyball days when they were good. But hey, moving to Vegas is going to help them a lot. We saw what happened to the Raiders. They went from being worth $970 million to $6.8 billion in 5 years. Now, baseball's not going to be that same way, but they'll probably go from where they're at now to at least worth a couple billion, which is going to help them, sign new players and compete, which is going to be nice. Going to be really nice for the A's. Talking about success, the Las Vegas Golden Knights have absolutely killed it this year. They've been, there were some ups and downs. There were spurts where you could tell the Golden Knights were just really struggling, right? You could tell the Golden Knights just were having a tough go of it. But what I can tell you is they're one of the best teams in hockey still. They've been consistently one of the best teams in hockey still. Jack Eichel has absolutely gone off the last few months. The guy's got 93 total points. I say this every single time I get and I talk about this Las Vegas Golden Knights hockey team. And I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself way too much. For folks out there that don't listen very often or don't watch a lot of hockey, if you score a point in hockey, it's because you either had an assist or you scored a goal, right? That's the point system in hockey. Jack Eichel's at 93 with 5 games left. There's a possibility he crosses 100 points. If I'm that team and I see the way Jack Eichel's been playing, the way he's been absolutely carrying this team, and he's only missed it one game. Dude's only missed one game all season so far. If I were the team, I'd try and get him those 7 points in the 5 games. I would do everything I can to do that. And then sit down for some rest. Because they're likely going to be a number one seed. And I think they clinch the Pacific Division. I'm pretty confident in saying that. Right now they have a 5-point lead with 5 games left. Could the Kings swing and win like 5 straight and take that? Absolutely. It could. But Golden Knights have been playing really well. They're 8-2 in their last 10. Their point differential is plus 52. I mean, they've just – and Aiden Hill is absolutely starting to really stand on his head. Like, we're starting to see some glimpses of Aiden Hill from 2 years ago in the Stanley Cup playoffs where it felt like nothing could get by him. And if it got by him, those guys were soothsayers. They were just on the side of the ice just praying for a puck to go in. It was badass. Aiden Hill is looking really good. This hockey team in itself is playing inspired, dude. It looks awesome, and because of that, they've clinched a playoff berth. They are, with 5 games left, they know they're going to the playoffs. No matter what, they're going to the playoffs. They'll likely host a home ice series. At this point, I firmly believe that they'll win the Pacific Division, which means on their end of the spectrum, until they hit the Western Conference Finals, if they play the top team in the West, which right now is the Winnipeg Jets. Man, the Dallas Stars went off this year too, by the way. Really, really good. But unless the Los Angeles Kings go off, I think the Las Vegas Golden Knights are going to win. I think they're going to win the Pacific Division. They'll host home ice for a couple rounds, and the only way that they're not going to be hosting home ice is if Winnipeg loses, essentially. And Winnipeg, there's a chance it does happen because right now they're the top team in hockey. And for you guys that have been listening to the show, I'm telling you, there's a President's Cup curse, dude. Feels like the last 10 teams, last 10 years, the President's Trophy winner has absolutely been bounced from the playoffs in the first round. President's Trophy is the regular season winningest team, which is normally really cool. But in hockey, if you get bounced in the first round, the President's Trophy is cool, but it doesn't mean shit, right? And honestly, in professional sports, when there's one championship, MVP doesn't mean shit if you don't win a Super Bowl, right? Does it help you get paid? Yes, but let's be honest. If we asked Lamar Jackson, what would you rather have, an MVP or a Super Bowl, what do you think he'd say? Josh Allen, if I asked him, would he rather have an MVP or a Super Bowl? I guarantee he'd say Super Bowl. I almost guarantee you that those last 10 years, those President's Cup teams were asked, would you rather have a Stanley Cup or the President's Cup trophy? They would absolutely kick you in the nuts. They would kick you in the nuts and laugh, skating away. Just my thoughts on that. So Las Vegas is absolutely killing it. First in the Pacific Division with 5 games left. With the way that they've been playing, winning 8 of the last 10, there's a good chance they win at least half of these games, if not 4 out of the next 5, because they're about 80%. If that's the case, they're going to clinch the Pacific Division, and then they'll end up playing, it's not, okay, I'm going to say this. It's not going to be necessarily be fun. I think they'll end up playing. Let's take a look here. They probably end up playing the Flames, which isn't going to be easy. Flames are still a good hockey team. Man, and the other matchup that would be absolutely terrible would be the Oilers. The Oilers are such a good team, guys. That'd be a tough. It looks as though if the Golden Knights get first in the Pacific Division, they'll play one of the wild card teams, right? They'll host home ice, and as of right now, good for Utah Hockey Club, by the way. 82 points in their basically first year. That's badass. That's a really good first year. You can't be upset with that. But if the Golden Knights were to win the Pacific Division, which I believe they will, there's a good chance they're playing either St. Louis or Edmonton. Pardon me, guys. I'm getting close to my bedtime. I took those melatonin gummies. That's my bad. Trying to make sure I get some good sleep so I can get up and go to the gym pretty well tomorrow morning. Yeah, so if the Vegas Golden Knights win the Pacific Division, first place in their division, they will play one of the two wildcard teams. It will either be, as of right now, St. Louis or Edmonton. I personally don't like either matchup for the Golden Knights because these are really good teams. They're really tough. They're big. They play heavy on the puck. Like, it's not that they're bad matchups. I think the Golden Knights can beat any of them. I'm just telling you, it wouldn't be fun. Wouldn't be fun. And I wouldn't want to be the team that draws the Oilers. I wouldn't want a team that talented to meet me in the first round of the playoffs with essentially nothing to lose. Seriously. They're that good. And Connor McDavid is just a stud. An absolute killer, man. And he's so much fun to watch. Go to quick break, guys. Play a couple more drops. When we get back, we're going to talk our Raiders here on the Sin City Sports Show, presented by eSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What the fever on the head?
Hey, yo, what's good, Georgia? It's your boy ACS, and if you love sports from the Peak State as much as I do, then Georgia Sports Central is your one-stop destination for down south sports, courtesy of IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Are you a Yellow Jacket at heart, or do you bleed the red and black of the Bulldogs? Do you keep it true to Atlanta with Trae Young, Capella, and the boys? Do you rise up with the Dirty Birds on Sundays? Are you excited to see what the future holds for Michael Penix Jr., Bijan, and the rest of the Falcon squad? Do you live at 755 Battery Avenue? Do you rep for Albies, Acuna, and the rest of Braves country? If so, then let's get united every Wednesday for some Braves, Hawks, UGA, Georgia Tech, Atlanta Dream, Falcons, and more on Georgia Sports Central, only on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, sports fans. It's me, your boy Larry B, and I want to walk you through the world of sports. No, not just the mainstream major TV deal type sports, although those are important too. But let me be your guide through your journey of all sports, from college to the pros, the minors, and everything in between. Each week, we are talking sports galore with true diehards just like you from a hardcore fan's perspective that's sure to quench your thirst around leagues you may know all too well and some you may even discover here. That's right, sports fans. If you love sports of all kinds, enjoy hearing amazing sports stories, and respect all sports because you know how difficult any of them can be to play or compete in, then this is your show. Join me, your boy Larry B, on the defining moment each week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports, and let the sports come to you.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Look at that banner change. Look at that color change. I'm getting it, folks. Get hyped. I know what you guys are thinking. This guy just yawned a little bit ago. What's going crazy? I'm a spaz. That's the only thing I can tell you. And I also had Mountain Dew for the first time in like 7 weeks. So yes, I broke my carnivore diet technically. I feel like I should be allowed to indulge. I had a double cheeseburger, kiss my ass. But I've been killing it, man. Down like 25 pounds, and now I have a sugar rush going on. So up and down, up and down, up and down. It's just energy levels are crazy. So I apologize for that. I'm not going to apologize for being me though. So suck it. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We're going into the last portion of the show. If you guys ever want to get in touch with me, if you guys ever want to talk about Vegas sports, if you guys want to talk about life, go to @SinCity_ISR, @Kayle_Henderson. We talk all things Vegas sports. If you guys can see, I have a supporter website down here. Please go in there, donate what you can. I do this for shits and giggles, but more than anything, I want to make sure that Larry B has everything he needs to keep this going because I think it's a great service. There's a lot of value provided. A lot of people put in their free time here at IE Sports Radio. A lot of fun and really appreciate it. Moving into the Las Vegas Raiders, right? Gotta love the Raiders. They got new contracts. Their offseason thus far has been pretty positive. And I'll say this, for the first time in a long time, I feel like the Raiders are getting a lot of positive feedback from the media. I really do. It's felt like a long time. And, am I in total agreement with this offseason? No. Like nobody's ever going to be in total agreement, right? Like the big one for me is Geno Smith. You went out and got Geno Smith. You're about to pay him $35 million a year, and he's still going to be the fourth best quarterback in your division, probably. Like that's just disheartening to me, man. It sucks. So what that means is you really have to do a great job of building an amazing team around him full of talented players. It seems as though they're trying to do that because I think that the Raiders understand that getting a hold of one of those quarterbacks is really hard. One of those guys, the guy, is really hard. So what you should do is build an elite team. And at the very least, if you don't win it all with that guy that you have in place that you think can get it done, you could always trade up for your guy when you know it's him, right? Like the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes. Well, what if in 2 years the Raiders are like, yeah, this isn't working. Let's trade 3 firsts for Arch Manning. I wouldn't be upset about that. I'd love to see a Manning, especially Arch Manning, as talented as he is. I'd love to see him in a Raiders uniform. Why not? But build a team, man. That's something I think the Raiders have really struggled with the last 2 decades. Build a team that can win without having to have one person really do everything. Like try it. Just try it. Land some draft picks. Let's do that. Let's try it. As far as like free agent pickups this year, let's just go through the roster. Let's go through the signings, right? Geno Smith was signed to a multi-year deal. Sam Webb was re-signed. Charles Snowden, Jordan Meredith, Kanai Muaga, Matthew Butler has been re-signed. Jack Jones was waived. Now, okay, listen. I saw some stuff on X, some people on Twitter. Whatever you want to say, Elon, don't sue me. I know you got more free time now that you're not really the government employee anymore. Jack Jones was waived for good reason, guys. He basically allowed the most touchdowns in the league last year. I like his attitude. I like his spunk. I just think, no, it's just not working. A Manning playing for Brady, oh my. No, Brian, no shit, dude. Like, that would be crazy. That's crazy talk. And I promise you, the type of relationship that Peyton and Eli have with Tom, they would love Arch to go play for Tom because Tom would make sure that kid is in a successful situation. And you are correct. I think Arch is going to be a stud. I really do. I think the next 2, I told my buddies, I wouldn't be surprised if Texas wins the next 2 years, wins it all. Like Arch is that special, dude. I think he's better than Quinn Ewers. Quinn started because he was still the consistent guy, right? Like he was still the dude. But let's be real. Arch has just he's got it, dude. He's the guy. Those games that Quinn was injured, Arch stepped in and he played lights out. Played very well. Played great football. So you are correct, man. If Brian, I'm not kidding. If Manning playing for Brady would be crazy. Crazy. It'd be awesome. The Raiders also signed Devin White. I'm interested in that. I think Devin White is kind of a bit overrated. I think he's more of a one-trick pony in the sense that he's a pretty good run stopper, but that's about it. Lecky Fotu, Ian Thomas, Raheem Mostert. They re-signed Darnay Holmes and Zach Carter, so those are good. They acquired Geno Smith via trade for a third-round selection. I think the Raiders kind of got fleeced. They signed Jeremy Chin. Guys, this dude's a beast. Him and Lonnie Johnson are massive human beings. They're I couldn't believe their safeties. I saw that dude and I'm like, what? That's a safety? Just saying. I think that Pete Carroll is trying to build a big secondary, a big physical secondary. Eric Stokes with the right coaching, I think Patrick Graham is probably the guy too for that. I think Eric Stokes could have an unbelievable first year with the Raiders and likely get an extension because Eric Stokes was one of the fastest guys coming out of the draft a few years back. He didn't quite pan out for the Packers because of injuries, but if he can kind of right the ship and he's in the right system, he could be absolutely lethal. And I think people should understand that, like, Ja'Cory Bennett's on the other side, and he's been unreal for a fourth-round pick. If Ja'Cory Bennett gets somebody on the other side of him, and they can really lock down two areas of the field, it's really going to open up a ton of potential for the Raiders to apply pressure and do what they want to do and play physical in the secondary. And I think that's what Pete Carroll loves to do. I think that's something, the greats like Pete Carroll, Nick Saban, Bill Belichick, they love big physical secondaries. And it tends to equal wins. So you can't be upset with that. The Raiders re-signed Malcolm Kuntz. Love that. Re-signed Max Crosby to a long-term deal. Overall, guys, like this has been a pretty good group of signings. And the media, so like Vinny Iver, the Sporting News, gave the Raiders an A. Much unreal, by the way, because I think the Sporting News is one of the Raiders, like, they doubt them often. Seth Walder from ESPN gave the Raiders an A-. He gave Malcolm Kuntz an A-. Getting him and re-signing him is huge. He was in the top half of pass rushers in 2023 before getting hurt. He basically missed all of last season. Jack Kamenker, USA Today, B+ for the Raiders. Again, Pro Football Focus, probably one of the biggest negative detractors of the Raiders there is. Grade of B, which is, again, for Pro Football Focus, their grading scale is a lot like Dave Portnoy's pizza scale. It's harsh, okay? You could have an excellent pizza, and he's probably only going to give you the 7s. He's not against that. His thing is, like, you just got to really earn those 9s. Really, really earn them. I put this in the same boat. I think Pro Football Focus, again, a lot of nerds there that didn't actually pan out and played in football, but they're doing a pretty good job now. Great analysts. And to be fair, Bill Belichick never played a down of college football, and he became the greatest coach of all time. So I can't give PFF. I do give PFF a lot of love. I think they put a lot of work into what they do. Terrence says, one bite, everybody knows the rules. Guys, that's one of the best content. I can't even tell you, like, that pizza content, some of the best in the world. The amount of hate that man gets is so unnecessary. I get that he's obnoxious. His team of miscreants that he hires over there at Barstool Sports, I get they're obnoxious, but these pizza reviews have absolutely saved a ton of businesses. I mean, there's a video of a guy in New York that Dave basically said, hey, I think this is great pizza. I think you got a great thing going. You're a veteran. What would it take to keep your doors open the rest of the year for a full year? And Dave gave him the cash right then and there. He offered him the cash right then and there. He said, name a number. Dude just shouted out, I think it was $60K or $100,000 or something like that. Dave said, done. We're good. So he paid the guy's bills so the guy could make money and really get ahead. I think Dave means well. Really, I'm not here to promote Barstool Sports. I'm just saying I think they do things that's different. I think it's a threat to the main media, and it bothers them. But big fan, Taryn. I'm a big fan of Barstool Sports at times. Mike Jones from The Athletic gave the Raiders a B. So we're seeing really good grades. CBS Sports, Tyler Sullivan, Garrett Podell, Jordan Dahani, B+. Like, guys, we're talking about the Raiders' biggest detractors over the years. I don't see anything lower than a B. That means the Raiders have had a pretty damn good offseason. They've been calculated, they've been smart. You can tell they're going out and getting great athletes. You can tell they're going out and getting physical specimens. Like, they're trying to purposely find a mold of guys that make sense for the Raiders, and it's just been good. So my grade, I would probably give them a B+. What's keeping it from being an A is I see two ways, okay? And I know I've been harsh, but I'm just being real with you guys. There's two ways to look at Geno Smith. We traded for him. We got a veteran quarterback. We're paying him latter half of the quarterback spectrum as far as starters at 33 to 35 million a year. So that's a win for the Raiders. Two-year deal, 2-year guaranteed deal, I should say. Win for the Raiders. Okay, it's great. It's awesome. My hesitation is we just got done getting rid of a quarterback a couple years ago that was the franchise leader in everything, and the fan base absolutely hated him because he was mediocre. Geno Smith is not elite. So I see a lot of parallels. I still think Derek Carr's a better quarterback overall than Geno Smith. Maybe not right now because Derek's been injured. Maybe Geno's starting to catch fire. I'm just being real with you guys. I think I think Derek Carr is still a better quarterback than Geno Smith. So did we really get that much better? Maybe from last year, yes. But overall, no. So we have to build a great team around this dude, which means we have to hit in the draft. So again, I give a B+ for this offseason so far. And I think primarily most of that is the vision. I love that Pete Carroll's here. I love that Patrick Graham stayed. I love that they went after Chip Kelly. They threw a ton of money at him and said, you know what? Money's not an object. We want you to get here. We want you to revolutionize your offense and really open things up for this NFL. It's going to be simplistic, but yet complicated. It really will be. It's going to be hard to cover. I just hope he takes this seriously this time. Like he's serious about, holding on to the football a little bit longer, not worrying about going every 20 seconds and giving NFL defenses a chance to, really kind of what you don't want is your NFL defense on the field all the time. That is the absolute opposite of what you want for a team. You can get away with it in lower levels. In the NFL, absolutely not. If your defense is on the field most of the time, you're probably going to lose 90% of games that way. So the Raiders just have to get really, really good everywhere, especially in the defensive and offensive line. I truly believe that. If the Raiders want to be that next team to really surprise folks, you have to build depth like the Philadelphia Eagles. There's no way around it, guys. No way around it. What I'm hoping the Raiders do moving forward, I'm hoping they draft him very well. I'm hoping they're patient with the remainder of their money. The reason why I say that, as we close here, the reason why I say that is if the Raiders are patient enough, if they do the right thing, there's situations that are let go from their teams because of cap casualty decisions, rookies that have been signed on. If the Raiders are smart, they draft well, and then they kind of let the board fall where it lies because they do have like $20 million in cap space still. You could still continue to build this team. I don't know if they're going to be a contender this year, but they can take steps in that direction and build your roster to be a contender for future years. That's just my thought on that. And it could be wrong, but the Raiders have a long way to go, guys. 20 years of abysmal performances. If it changes overnight, if they go 9-8 this year, if they go 10-7, that's a big win for Pete Carroll and the boys. And again, you got to remember we're in a really tough division. So take the wins where we can. And just play football, man. Be the best blocking and tackling team, and you should be fine. This is the Sin City Sports Show, presented by Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Really appreciate you folks coming out tonight, all 87 of you. A couple weeks ago, we were at 500, and that's on me for not staying consistent, but I appreciate anybody who is involved and who gets on a timely basis. We're probably going to jump to 100 by the time I'm ending the show, but I do need to get to bed and get some rest. This again, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you next Tuesday evening here at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Central, where we talk all things Vegas sports. You guys can get at us on our Twitter forums at SinCity_ISR, at Kayle_Henderson. We talk all things Vegas sports, and please fill out this website. Just click on this website. Go to SinCitySports-5773003/support to support our channel, support our show. We put in some work, man. We're going to give you unbiased, honest opinions, whether they're right or wrong, and you guys can call us out for them if you will, but we're going to do everything we can to gather information and give you the best thoughts we have here on the Sin City Sports Show. Again, Sin City Sports Show, presented by Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll see you folks next week. Love, peace, and hair grease, folks.